It is everyone's favorite children's film about a man who is trapped inside the body of a steam train. That is right, it is Thomas the Tank Engine from the hit family film that is called Thomas the Tank Engine and the Curse of Fat Controller. If you like films that are about curses and trains, then prepare yourself to go on a train journey of a lifetime, because it is about both of them things. And at the start of the film it shows Thomas the Tank Engine being born in a thunder and lightning storm, and his dad, who is the Fat Controller, and his mum, who is the main woman train at the train station, are really frightened, because they were told to never have a baby together, and the Fat Controller even swore in his mum's life when he took the job that he would never get any of the trains pregnant, not even one of the small unused ones that they keep around the back. And the train elders said to him that if he ever gets any of the trains pregnant, then his first son will be born cursed with the body of a train and the legs and arms of a man. And the Fat Controller said, "You got it, there will be no pregnant trains around here, Hannah, trust me." But then along came Thomas, and my best bit in the whole of the film is when Thomas the Tank Engine is a teenager and he is fed up because he hates being a transgender teen, because he is really sensitive about his massive long men's beige legs, and all of the other trains make fun of him and they call him Thomas the Rank Engine, and they spit on him all of the time as well, and it makes him feel really fed up. And then one day his friend Henry says to him, "Thomas, have you ever thought about trying out for the local gymnastics team? Because you would probably be quite good at it." And Thomas said, "Yeah, right, who would want me on their gymnastics team? I am a freak." And then Henry says, "Oh, go on, just give it a go, there is no harm in trying." And Thomas says, "Fine, I will try out for the local gymnastics team, because anything is better than being spat on all day here by these bunch of idiots." So Thomas goes to the village hall where the gymnastics team practice, and he crawls in through the door covered in spit, and he says, "I would like to join your gymnastics team." And the gymnastics teacher walks over to Thomas and she takes one look at him and she says, "You want to join my gymnastics team?" And Thomas says yes, and she says, "But you are a trainee." And Thomas says, "I know I am a train, but I have got the heart of a man." And she taps her bottom lip with her hand 3 times, and then she nods her head and she says, "Okay then. Let's see what ya got, kiddo." And then she points to a boy who has got a ghetto blaster on top of his head, and he puts on the #1 gymnastics song of the year that is called "Lucky Boy" by the Daft Experience. And Thomas the Tank Engine goes into the middle of the room, and then he slowly stands up onto his hind legs, and everyone can't believe how massive he actually is, and everyone was saying that he was nearly about as big as a train. And then Thomas says, "Here goes nothing," and then he jumps up into the air and he does a massive sideways gymnastic spin, and he blows loads of glitter out of his head chimney, and everyone starts cheering and shouting, "Come on." And as he stood there in the middle of the room under the blanket of glitter, slapping his massive long men's beige legs together in time to the music, he finally felt free for the first time in his life, because he had found a place where people accepted him for who he truly was. And then right at the end of the film there is a shot of Thomas the Tank Engine standing on top of a hill, and he screams freedom in a really deep voice, and then he stabs a massive sword into the ground in slow motion. And then the film just ends really suddenly, and it gave me such a fright, and I hope that you will be able to have a watch of it soon with your children or with a child of your choice, because you definitely will not be disappointed, not even a slice.